something I can see turning out of that black hole, two luminous discs. The eyes, it might be a face, might be almost but heavens, something wriggling out of the shadow like a gray snake. Now it's another one, and another one, and another one. They look like tentacles to me. I can see the thing's body now. It's large as a bear. It glistens like wet leather, but that face, ladies and gentlemen, it's indescribable. I can hardly force myself to keep looking at it. It's so awful. The eyes are black, and they gleam like a serpent. The mouth is a kind of V-shape with saliva dripping from its rimless lips and seem to quiver and pulsate.
Glowing footsteps on the forest floor, a giant hole in the earth amidst broken trees. Half of the town replaced by walking shadows, a mayor with half a day's memories, an inaccessible radio station control room, and a missing agent from an unidentified and highly classified government agency. Clues dot the surface of Kenway, Nevada, and the ghosts of this literal ghost town may be the answer. As our investigators leave the radio station, the clouds begin to part. The two of you, I believe, have just left the radio station for Kenway, Nevada, which we have decided is...
KNWY.
KNWY.
That's why the town's called that. Or possibly the other way around, we're not sure.
We're not sure. Perhaps that is the greatest mystery of Kenway, Nevada.
Yeah, this other shit's not that important.
Finds out a cool local fact and leaves.
Oh, good job, team! And then we leave. That sound was us high-fiving.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I figured.
Foley work. I've missed my career. Okay, I think the plan was to try and break into a room, correct?
I mean, yes, we need to get into Oliver's room. The question is, do we wait until it's nighttime?
Well, the thing is that if we wait until it's nighttime, the likelihood of her actually, being around is actually, I think, higher.
Oh, yeah.
I think we were going to go back and see if she was around.
Yeah, that's what we should do. Let's just keep an eye out.
If she's still around, then we can go do something else. But
yeah.
I think if we wait until nighttime,
she definitely
lives there. She'll definitely be there. So we should try and wait until there's a time where she isn't there.
Okay.
Which midday, that's Aaron's time, baby.
Better bet. Okay, well, and you said the sun is coming back out?
The clouds are starting to part, yeah.
Okay, we need to be fast.
You can start to see the shadowy forms of the town's other half materializing in front of you.
Yeah, we should try and get inside, maybe.
They don't seem to notice you. They're not reacting to you. They're just milling around, as if they were existing in their own little world.
Do we hear anything else coming from the mayor's house?
No, you do not. Not at this time.
Okay. Should we go check on him?
I mean,
I don't know what good that will do, but...
No, I think... If he is in danger of being the next slippage, we have no idea how to stop it.
That's true. Yeah, okay. Let's just go back to the boarding house then and hope that the lady of the house is out.
I'm trying to think about any other sort of avenues of data collection that are available to me here.
I can answer that directly.
Can I, okay, sure. Or do you need me to, I roll for it? Or just, I feel like there's something... It's like, I need something that's, I want to know if there's a frequency change. I don't know. I'm just, there's got to be something else.
Oh, I was going to say, sorry, I guess I misinterpreted what you were saying. I was going to mention the two locations you have not been to yet.
Oh, no, I mean, is there any other, since we are walking back toward the B&B, and we are more aware of the exact locations of these shifted people right now, this is an opportunity to possibly get some more concrete data about them because I know where they are.
Oh, for sure.
And so I'm trying to figure out what equipment I have that I could use to, like, get some data as we are walking. I just don't know.
Right, for sure. Well, let's see. What have you used in the past? Obviously, you've used the blacklight, which is how you got them to appear in the playground.
Yeah, I've used the blacklight. I've tried to, like, audio record on my phone, and nothing came up.
You've used photography in the past, in Chapter 2 specifically, but I can imagine you would think, like Ollie, you're not going to get a ton of results.
Yeah, we've already determined that they don't seem to show up. Sorry. Okay, let me just think this through. What else am I likely to have on me? Like, it's almost like, what even do I what even do I carry around? I know I have like kind of like a sample, I have some like sort of like specimen type stuff where I can do like small scale sampling, and I have like a phone that does various stuff, like a tablet kind of a vibe, but it's like, would I have like an EMF reader, or something along those lines? Would I have something that, like, you might? Yeah, that's a good question.
That's some ghost shit.
I think. Okay, yeah. Let's to take it back into character. I think Alistair, as they're kind of getting ready to walk across the town, noticing that the sun is going to come back out, looks at Sage, says, "We're about to have an opportunity to get some more concrete readings, potentially. Just, some more specific data. My equipment loadout was... I didn't really know what I was getting into. Do you have any kind of..." Wrinkles his nose ever so slightly, like, ghost hunting technology in those saddlebags?
That's a good question. And that is actually a good question for me, the player, thinking about how Saint does his work, because I think a lot of the way he does his work is actually not traditional ghost hunting. And I did say, like, oh, maybe he has an EMF reader, and now I'm, like, kind of mulling it over. I'm like, does he? Is that something that is helpful to him? I would think so, if only just to narrow down where the ghost is in, like, a location, rather than just wandering around being like, hello?
That seems like a pretty standard issue.
Yeah, there might be some stuff. Like, I probably don't have the thing that clicks through all the radio stations, because that shit's just annoying. And, like, he doesn't need to necessarily have them communicate like that. But EMF reader, I think, seems reasonable. If you'll buy that, Ben.
Oh, I certainly will.
Cool.
I'm going to say that's absolutely in one of your bags.
Yeah. My question is, could I put together something that would not necessarily do the flick through the radio stations type thing, but something similar to that? I wonder.
I mean,
we should start with the EMF thing just to see if they are giving off a particular frequency.
Yeah, because, I mean... sorry, I'm doing that thing where I think of 3 sentences and answer my own questions, and so don't actually say anything.
I do the same thing.
Yeah. Thoughts in order. The EMF reader would be able to tell us if they're even able to... if they're giving off its electromagnetic frequencies. And then I was like, is that going to be able to impact if they can control... Like, for example, what that radio station thing does is it flips really quickly between stations... and presumably the idea is that ghosts can use that space between stations to try and throw out a word or two to communicate. It is what we're dealing with going to be able to do something like that. And then I thought, well, there's a radio station in town. It is, in fact, not inconceivable that they would be able to do exactly something like that, maybe. But we won't. I think if we try the EMF and are getting signals off that, then we can try and put together a radio flipper thing.
Yeah, or something that can try to pick up whatever signal they're putting off.
Right, try and do some kind of communication. But if they don't ping on an EMF, then they probably won't be able to ping on anything else.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Base idea, let's go grab that EMF reader and go from there.
Okay.
And, I mean, to be fair, Oliver may have
that is
shit,
also true.
too.
Yeah, it is entirely possible that Agent Coy has additional specialized equipment in his hotel room. I just have no way of knowing what he came with.
Right. So until we break into his room, we have no clue what additional items we may be able to use. But most importantly, let's go to our room and get my stuff and, go from there.
Yeah.
Okay. We have that conversation in game, I guess. that was me talking
yes, I think we should. No, yeah,
Yeah, I think we could,
go
as
back.
we're walking back, you're like, do you have anything that's an EMF? And I'm like, I'm not gonna... We could at least try and see if they read on an EMF reader, and then if they do, we can see maybe if we'll be able to communicate with them using technology. I don't have a lot, just because I find there's an official word for the radio flipper, but I don't know what it is.
Ghost box.
Yes, that's right. I hate those things. They're so loud. I don't have a box because I find them grating and also not particularly useful. So in terms of communication, we might be a little limited, but we can see if your buddy had anything, maybe.
Hold up. I'd like to correct myself. Because I said this last chapter, and I got corrected for it last chapter. Spirit box.
Excuse me, spirit
but
box.
It's a spirit box, yeah.
Yeah.
So, makes a vague hand gesture. I think that's our next step, I guess. While we're there, we can determine, who's home. Two birds, one stone.
True. I found spirit boxes are more likely to be tools of fakery than anything that produces reliable data.
Agreed.
That being said, depending on what we find amongst Agent Coy's possessions, I might be able to jury rig something that would at least pick up on or tune into a particular frequency if we determine that that's what's being put off here.
Mm-hmm. Great. Plan made.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Let's go see if our hostess is home.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we do that.
You walk back down toward the highway and toward the hotel that you have temporarily checked in. As if you don't temporarily check in at every hotel.
Mm-hmm. Well, except for the Hotel California.
And the one in The Shining.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't technically check into the hotel in The Shining because they were taking care of it. Does that count?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
Anyway.
But, well, at least one of them never left. Anyway.
That's true. Anyway.
Man, red rum.
We should watch The Shining. Okay, moving on.
You walk back toward the highway and back toward the bed and breakfast. You kind of have to move your way through these, not crowd, but these kind of streams of shadow people just going about their business. You'll notice whenever you pass through them, much like actual water, they kind of move around you.
Ooh, interesting.
It's like you're not quite occupying the same space. You see a handful of them on every street corner, a handful of them walking across the street, going into local businesses. A few walk into the last call sign, but none seem to walk into the hotel. You go back to the door of the bed and breakfast that you're staying in, and you are able to open the door with ease. The lobby is empty, and so is the dining room.
If we listen, do we hear, like, the sound of someone moving? Like, this is I assume an older building. Do we, like...
Yeah.
I'll roll, like, a notice or something.
Creaking around.
Yeah, go ahead and roll notice.
I will do the same.
Oh, wow, I rolled really good.
Nice.
That is a 3, a 5, a 5, and a 6. So, with my +1 to notice, it's a +4.
Oh, man, okay, that's 1 success, 1 failure, 2 neutrals. So that evens out to a 2.
Cool. So, Before you even walk into this bed and breakfast, I think you can notice that there is one less car in the parking lot in front of the bed and breakfast. 2, you notice that the house itself is relatively empty. You don't hear anybody. You don't hear Lucille. You don't hear any other potential guests. It's all quiet. Even the radio is off. 3, you do hear a little bit of rustling from that back room.
A little bit of rustling from the back room. Can I, try to kind of tiptoe my way over there? See if I can figure out what it is?
Yeah, I'll be your lookout. Hopefully it's just cactus, but...
You walk behind the reception desk. Let's say there's one of those little kind of those single boards that are power to the countertop that need to be lifted up.
Yes. The flip-up counters.
Flip-up counters. Almost said turnstile, but that's not what that is. And yeah, you see that the storage backroom door is partially open just a crack. You peek in maybe through the crack just a little bit to see what's on the other side. And, you can see a relatively dark room that has a bit of a vibrant hum to it. There's a little bit of a fluorescent glow on the inside. You hear the rustling once more, and then all of a sudden, through the crack of this door, you are face to cat face with Cactus.
Yeah, that's my little man right there.
Who is sitting up on a countertop and has poked his head up against the door jamb where you are.
Cactus, I don't think you're supposed to be up there, man.
You stare into his little feline eyes.
That is exact. And what Alistair absolutely is just I don't think you're supposed to be up there, little guy.
A striped paw pokes its way through the door jamb.
I just love him so much.
Love Cactus so much. Okay. Well, I think that answers the question of I don't think she's in here.
No. Is there anything else in the room that you can... I'm not in there.
Yeah, I guess, watch, but... I'll take a chance and kind of just gently push the door slightly more open to see if anybody reacts.
Sure, yeah. You don't hear any sounds. No sudden movement, no... Wait. None of that.
Yeah, no, hey, what are you doing?
You appear to be walking into an empty room.
Okay.
How's looking there?
Can I pull out the blacklight flashlight?
Oh, this is about to be spooky. Okay.
I want to know what kind of empty room I'm walking into here.
Yeah, how empty is this room?
You shine the blacklight around this room, and you don't see any figures, no unexpected shadows. Just a fluorescent, partially on computer that is stuck in screensaver mode. This is a 2006 era Gateway laptop.
Damn. Classic.
Incredible.
That is chugging along through some unknown reasons. Most laptops don't last that long.
Yeah. That's the real mystery of Kenway.
Yeah.
It is. I'm going to say the screensaver on that computer is absolutely that one Windows one with the pipes. Yes.
Yes, it's the pipes. Oh my god. Yeah, Alistair Tech Nerd McAndrews takes a moment to just stare at this thing like he's seeing a museum exhibit because he basically is.
Yeah.
Picks up the laptop, swirls it around.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent vintage.
Yes. And I will give Cactus a quick little pet on the head and then come back out and just say, I'm pretty sure Lucille is out.
Love that for us.
Yeah.
Was that Cactus back there?
Yeah.
Is that my best friend Cactus?
It was indeed. He's sitting on a counter, which I assume he's not supposed to do, but he's a cat.
But he's a cat, yeah.
You notice Cactus is butt down on a stack of fresh towels.
That's my boy.
There he is.
There he is.
Yep.
Okay.
But it's a pretty simple workroom. There's some shelves with some Windex and some carpet freshener.
There's
and
some laundry machine or something in there.
Yeah. That's maybe in another shorter room next to it. There's a washer and dryer. It's cleaning supplies. There's some cupboards. A sink in there for sure. It is definitely a maintenance room / back office full of all the supplies you need to run like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 room hotel and a kitchen. But the computer itself may be less important than the fact that its glow is shining upwards to an open cabinet in which you can see hanging on the kind of the back of the cabinet door is a little pegboard with 6 keys on it.
I would like to snag
Fuck
one
yes.
for Agent Koi's room.
Yeah.
All right. I don't remember what number I said he was in or what number I gave you all, but it's the correct one. Whichever
Perfect.
one that is.
Alistair remembers. I, Ezra, do not. So, yeah. And we've got it, and we should get this back into position as soon as possible. We have no way of knowing how long she'll be gone. That being said, if she had to leave town for groceries or anything like that, it could be a while. The nearest Walmart is kind of a slog.
Yeah, in this part of Nevada, the nearest major town could easily be an hour away.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know when she left, but fingers crossed we will have enough time to do what we need to do. Cactus, don't be a snitch. I point
Cactus,
very
Cactus winks back.
Oh shit!
Uh-oh!
Oh fuck! Okay, great, let's go.
Agent Gray, we've found something scarier about this town.
This is our cat now. This somewhat intelligent cat, or hyper-intelligent cat, is our cat now.
This cat is now the ParaScience mascot.
Yeah. He can, I'll put him in a little sidecar.
Time to make an extra note on this note here. Let's see, on my notes page. How to kill off Lucille so that we can steal her cat. That's what you all want, right? To deprive this old lady of her cat?
No.
No.
By the way, I'm looking at a map of Nevada. I was trying to be like, what would be the nearest town in this area? Boy, it's really Vegas and Reno, and that's it, huh?
That's Nevada, baby.
Vegas, Reno, and Carson City, and nothing
else. Yeah, so she could be gone for 24 hours. Okay.
I do want to point out the name of 2 Nevada towns here.
Uh-huh.
Welcome, Nevada.
Oh.
And Contact, Nevada.
Oh, hell yeah!
Contact right now. Okay. Upstairs.
Yep.
Upstairs.
Upstairs. All right, you sneak out of the back room, the storage and maintenance room, and you head back upstairs to the hallway that is between your and Ollie's room. The door is, of course, locked. Who knows how long it's been since anyone's been in there?
It's probably been a bit.
Unlock it.
Yeah, let's unlock the door.
Use key unlock?
Yes, I would like to use key
I
unlock.
Key
also,
in my inventory.
This is a weird question.
Uh-huh.
Do I have any reason to think that an established and therefore possibly kind of paranoid agent of the organization that I work for would have attempted to booby trap his hotel room door?
You start to think that just as the giant spiked log falls from the ceiling.
Oh,
fuck. The giant boulder comes rolling down.
I always wanted to play fucking VR Skyrim. Splat.
Some fucking Return of the Jedi Ewok traps.
We opened Ollie's room and it's just
cold.
full of Ewoks.
Yeah. I would like to swing on a vine to go over the cavern so that the boulder falls into the cavern and I survive.
So, Z, were you gonna roll to sense what's in the next room?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Yeah, I'd like to just do a quick investigation on, the door, just to see if there's any evidence of, booby traps or the kind of thing that one might do to, have there be, evidence of someone having entered your room while you were not there.
Sure, tape or hair or flour.
Yeah, almost more to get an idea of how fucking hunted Agent Koye was or was not feeling before he disappeared.
Sure, okay. Let's see, what would you roll in that circumstance? That sounds like it's just notice, but...
I mean, I have the same bonus to notice and to investigate. Like, they're both under...
okay. Well, you're looking for something specific, so let's go investigate.
Okay, they're both, like, fair. So, okay. Alright, I'm doing it. I'm rolling 4d6s. Ooh. Okay, that's... Oh, hey, that's 3 successes, 1 neutral. I have a +2. That's a 5.
You do not notice anything on the outside of the door. There is nothing around the knob. There's nothing around the door frame. The only thing that you can see attached to the knob is a kind of a homemade do not disturb sign. Whether that was made by Agent Coy or the owner of this establishment is not entirely clear.
Okay, well, let's officially commit to this. I mean, I guess we're not really breaking; it's just entering.
You're right. There's no property destruction here,
which is still a crime. But
oh yeah, I think we're trespassing.
Crime.
Yeah, at this point we're trespassing rather than breaking and entering.
Yeah.
So, let us make with the trespassing.
But you also have the Ron Swanson printer paper permit that just says I can do what I want.
I do. Yep. That is true.
Okay, yeah. The second you open the door, however, you hear a click.
And
okay.
Rocks fall and we die.
Rocks fall, you die. That's right.
Like a trigger clicking, or like a... What kind of click are we talking here?
No, not a trigger clicking. Although it definitely sounds mechanical. You hear a little click sound, and then immediately it's very, very faint, but a little electronic beep beep from inside the room.
Is it a fucking explosive?
Yeah, Matty, I can't answer that, can I?
No, you can't. That was a rhetorical question.
Yeah, I really hope not. Okay, well, I'm not gonna be able to do. I'm not gonna do the classic like tabletop. There's a door. We panic and like overthink it for 45 minutes. I will open the door and deal with whatever just clicked and beeped in there.
If we die, we die.
If we die, we die. I might be able. I mean, I could probably roll a rapport instead of a craft. For my better with machines if I needed to disarm a bomb. And also, it's almost certainly a surveillance tool, not a destruction tool.
Yeah. That was my thought as well.
You push open the door further, and Mechagodzilla greets you with...
Oh, hell yeah!
I give him a fist bump.
Yeah!
Oh, yeah. No, Mechagodzilla's chill as hell. You open the door, you hear that little beep beep, and you see yourself face to face. It's well across the room, on a tripod, next to another tripod. But you see one of those motion activated like wildlife cameras.
Yeah.
Propped up on
like
a bedside table pointed directly at the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are absolutely being recorded.
Yeah, well,
that's...
Who gives a shit?
That's fine. The question is that hooked up to anything? Or is it just...
For his...
I want to know what's on that. I want to know if there's... I want to know what else is on that camera.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that your bonuses from Investigate are still sticking around.
Yay.
That's set up on the bedside table in such a way that it's pointed directly at the door. In front of the window, the curtains are pretty tightly shut around this, but there is distinctly a camera, like a pretty fancy like DSLR camera, pointed out and down onto the street. Like we mentioned earlier, I don't know if this was on or off mic, but a very Rear Window-esque situation.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice over on the desk, on the opposite side of the room, there is indeed a laptop, a printer, and a handful of pieces of other electronic equipment. That this isn't not just like the laptop, that there's a little more technology went into this. Perhaps a secure wireless transmitter, so that he wasn't using the bed and breakfast Wi-Fi. If this bed and breakfast has Wi-Fi at all.
kind of doubt that.
And I'm going to say that you can see a cassette player and a number of tapes as well.
Interesting. Okay. Anything that can be moved without jeopardizing the recorded information, we should just relocate to our room to investigate further. Agreed. So that we can we can take the memory card, but leave the camera in the window. If anybody's noticed it, they'll notice that it's gone. I would like to take the laptop. I probably don't need the Wi-Fi transmitter, although I'd like to take the wireless transmitter in case I need it for parts later. And then I want to see if I can download whatever is on that wildlife camera without removing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be useful if we, came back. I would like to see if we can get out of here and have it still be recording. Still be operational as is. And I guess probably the memory card from the camera at the window, and then, any other kind of whatever other electronics there are that seem like they're going to be useful.
Sure. I'm going to say that you notice on the back of the wildlife camera that there is one of those wireless, one of those thick wireless antennae on the back.
Ah, okay.
And it's the same ones that are sticking out of the wireless router that the computer is plugged into.
Sure. Okay. Well, we'll just take the router with us and hope that lets us get in there.
Sure. You have half a mind to think maybe you've dealt with, in fact, you specifically, Alistair, since you've dealt with probably similar equipment before, you might then realize, oh, I bet this is transmitting to the laptop.
Yeah. All right. So we'll leave that. We'll leave the motion activated camera, take the laptop and the router. Yeah, and the memory card from the camera.
Okay.
And then I guess, I don't know. I mean, any notes? I'd also like to just scan and see if for some reason Agent Coy was taking, physical paper notes, which would be odd, but it's not unheard of.
Sure. I'm going to say that there's probably, maybe not a cork board or anything like that, but I bet there's some blank wall next to the desk that has been thumbtacked with a bunch of legal pad paper. Not this isn't a full photographs and string level setup, but I bet Ollie's been setting up some notes on that wall.
All right.
Maybe they're just taped so we can get the deposit back.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want to take it or photograph it. Just in case, just as a covering our making this. I mean, obviously, the laptop and router are going to be gone, but in the interest of having it not be instantly incredibly noticeable that somebody was in here, which a bunch of yellow legal paper taped to the wall that's no longer there is probably going to be a instant visual indicator. So I'd like to just carefully take pictures of all of the notes that were taped to the wall before we skedaddle. Okay. In that case, let's
leave, return the key, and then get my EMF reader while it's still sunny out.
Yeah, I think Alistair's probably going to hand Saint the key and just say, I'm going to go get this set up in our room if you want to grab the EMF reader and drop this off on your way out.
Got it. With the EMF reader, is there anything in particular you want me to look out for? I mean, I know kind of what I'm looking at in terms of a reader, but I don't know, anything you want me to make particular note of?
I'll follow you down. I don't think
great.
This is I want in on here, but this is
that might be a tonight.
The opportunity for data collection comes first. This will keep.
Agreed. Okay. I would like to do that. I'd like to lock up the door behind us, drop off the key first, and then get the EMF reader.
You lock the door, and before you are able to head back downstairs, you hear the electronic tone from the front door of the hotel.
Oh, shit.
Balls.
a classic mom and pop business, dry cleaner-esque. Ding ding.
If I like go downstairs, is it Lucille?
Sure, you go downstairs and you don't...
I'm putting the key in my pocket first, so it's not in my hand, incriminatingly. But yeah.
You go downstairs and you don't see anyone.
Spooky. Okay.
Ooh.
Do I see anyone else like in any of the other rooms that I can easily,
Sure.
I'm not gonna go all the way back because if she's in there,
not down the hall to the left where the other rooms are, not in the dining room, and not at the front desk.
Okay. Did we leave the front desk door? Did we leave that door open? No, right? We closed it.
No, you probably closed it to as you found it or shut.
Yeah, that was the general idea.
Is it still shut?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many... I'm gonna get real deep here. Does it seem feasible that in the time between the sound happening and me getting downstairs that someone would have been able to go into that back room and close the door?
It's very possible.
Okay.
Those two places are very close to each other. If even 30 seconds passed, then yes.
Is her car outside? Can I see through a window?
It sure is.
Okay. Shit. Great. It's not a ghost. We're just fucked. Huh. How am I gonna get out of this one? Ezra, why don't you do you have anything that you need to do while I am thinking very hard about this?
I'm trying to think about this. It's just to, get in the room, make sure everything's plugged in and set up, and then just have I would like to open the laptop and just figure out what level of, am I gonna have to attempt to fucking hack this thing we're dealing with here?
Undoubtedly. You work for a very classified organization. Yeah. There are probably a ton of security protocols on Ollie's computer.
Yep. Of course there are.
Security protocols that you are familiar with, although I doubt you have his PIN and password.
I definitely do not. Interesting question. Would I know if this is the kind of thing where if I got in touch with my superiors and laid out the basics of the situation, somebody would be able to get me an override?
Yeah, you could probably reach out to
IT
your superiors
or something
and let them know what the deal is. Sure, absolutely.
Okay, in that case, I would like to do that, I think. Or at least get that process started. I don't know how long it's going to take somebody to do that,
probably forever.
I don't know. Look, I don't know if I file a ticket for that. I don't know how fucking long it's going to take them to deal with it. Who knows?
Yeah, if I know anything about filing tickets, and I know I filed a few tickets in my day, it's going to take them a minute to get to it because it's not.
Exactly.
It's not system breaking, so you should get started now.
Yes. So I will. Yeah, I would like to put in my paranormal IT ticket because also I feel like paranormal IT is just my new favorite.
This is my new band name.
Yeah, it's my new band.
Satan has a paranormal IT shirt from that tour back in 2013.
God, I love that. Sounds good.
Okay. Z?
Yeah.
What's about to happen is that you and I... Do you want to do this over the phone? Because I think that would be very interesting over the phone.
Sure, okay.
All right, let's cut back to Alister. Alister, you've opened the laptop. There's a pretty unassuming looking desktop, just password entry screen. It's not like there's a government seal there or anything. It's a landscape of somewhere on the coast.
Okay. Well, in that case,
your room is kind of dark. I don't know, maybe you turn on a lamp, but it's pretty insufficient for the rest of the room. So the laptop screen is illuminating much of your face.
Okay. I will pull out my phone and grab the sometimes things that are analog are more secure. And so I will pull out my little paper notebook and flip to a page with a bunch of crossed out phone numbers. And one of them is circled down at the bottom of the page. And I will dial the number that is written there.
Sure, yeah. You dial the latest phone number that your handlers have given you. It rings for just a bit, and all of a sudden, you hear a voice on the other end that just says, Missouri Department of Academic Landscaping, where can I direct your call?
Hi, I need to leave a message for Mr. Skinner.
All right, what's the content of the message?
Oh, could you just tell him I need the contact info for Mulder's office as soon as possible, please?
Do you have an extension number for that?
Yeah, let me check. It's 3588.
Received. Thank you. He'll be in touch.
Thank you very much.
And there's a sudden click. Less than a minute later, I'm going to say you receive a phone call on that hotel room's phone.
Incredible. All right. I pick it up. I just say, Agent McAndrews?
Agent McAndrews, good to hear from you again. You hear the sound of a office chair squeaking and something like hitting the desk. You get the impression that Agent Gray has perhaps just sat down. You are now in conversation with your handler.
Thank you, sir. Sorry to bother you, but
I love that movie.
I've reached something of an impasse. I've managed to get access to Agent Coy's hotel room and his equipment, but I'm going to need a remote override to get into his laptop.
I notice you've distinctly left out finding Agent Coy himself.
Yes, sir. The details will be in my preliminary report as soon as I can, but initial impression is he is gone, and I'm presuming at this point that he has fallen victim to the same phenomenon that has been disappearing other inhabitants of the town.
Disappointing. Losing an agent to a phenomenon is a risk of the business, but it's certainly sad when it happens. I hope that you're able to recover him in some form. Do you have any idea of what's happening down there?
I have a number of theories and some avenues to acquire more data. At this point, signs are pointing to some sort of interaction between the frequencies from the local radio tower, and it seems like there might have been some sort of impact site in the woods outside of town, something that might have introduced some foreign or possibly extraterrestrial material into the situation. The phenomenon's widespread, sir, and we think that it's still ongoing.
Interesting. Sounds like you're playing with a lot of different cards, McAndrews.
Yes, sir. Guess I'll just have to see how my hand stacks up.
Are you yourself affected at this stage?
No, nothing. I haven't noticed any influences on myself, and I've had some pretty close contact with the entities that are affected by the phenomenon. It does not seem to be transmitted from person to person, but I'm not sure what the inciting incident looks like yet. I haven't been able to catch the process in motion.
Of course. Well, stay vigilant.
Yes, sir.
You're kind of our only hope for the area, with so many of our agents getting set up for Roswell this year. You understand that you're on your own at this point.
That I do, sir.
All right. You said there was something with a laptop?
Yes, I've managed to recover Agent Coy's equipment, but I'm going to need a remote override to access it.
Can you read me the serial number at the bottom of the screen?
Yes. Ben, are you going to make me make up a serial number?
No, you can just... I tell him.
Yes. Okay, yeah, no, I'll make sure I read off the serial number. I will say for flavor that Alistair absolutely uses NATO phonetic alphabet.
Oh, I bet he fucking knows how to flag down another vessel at sea.
Yes, absolutely. The man is an Eagle Scout, and he definitely did, like, the weird badges.
Alistair knows flag code.
Yeah, he knows flag code. He definitely knows Morse code. Also he's played by somebody who memorized the NATO phonetic alphabet because they were tired of trying to take cake orders over the phone and people not enunciating and therefore being like, well, why can't you hear me when I'm trying to spell my child's name? And I'm like, well, first of all, I don't know why you decided to spell it Ashley with an Leigh at the end. And secondly, anyway, phonetic alphabets, they're useful.
They are, I agree. All right, yeah, mere seconds later, I'm going to say that the computer lock screen disappears. This time you are indeed greeted with a government seal desktop with, of course, your department written on there, the same seal that you see whenever your video calls happen with Agent Gray. And there is noticeably a minimized window. There's like one application open and it's a minimized window.
Okay, I'd like to open it up.
It is a media player that is showing footage from that wildlife surveillance camera. It is not live. Each clip only lasts a couple seconds, a minute at most. And there are several dotting throughout the last couple of weeks. Okay. The most recent, of course, is you and Saint sneaking into this room.
All right. I'd like to start at the beginning and just play them on like a 1.75 speed, just to see if any of them have catch my eye immediately. I'm aware that I need to get down to that I need to get out there with the EMF reader while the sun's still shining, but curiosity beats that impulse.
The first clip, I guess, would be Oliver setting it up himself. So you get a real zoomed-in, close look at his face. He's dressed like you think he would be for his cover. He is wearing kind of one of those gray or brown utility shirts. One of those like stitched-on name tags that look like a mechanic would have. Like one of those work shirts. He looks like you. He kind of keeps himself in a similar manner. He's noticeably older than you, maybe only about 5 years or so. A little bit of gray at the temples. But yeah, it's his face looking into the camera, stepping back, kind of framing himself up against the door, and then stepping back and adjusting the camera again so that it captures more of the frame.
One of the second or third time his face is close there, just Alistair does tap the space bar to pause with Agent Coy's face kind of filling the screen, and just takes not a long moment, but does take a moment to look at that face, and there's nobody around to see him show a little more emotion maybe than he does from time to time. This is somebody who Alistair would miss if we couldn't get him back.
Of course.
And then kind of shakes out of it and goes back to speed running the footage to see if there's any immediate concerns.
Sure. You notice when he's paused and up close, you notice some crow's feet and wrinkles, eye bags. He is a veteran of your department.
Yeah.
In every sense that matters. Both in how long he's been there and certainly you'd presume in what he's seen. It's him setting up. The next couple of clips are him moving around the room, sometimes at night. Things you would expect. A couple nighttime clips that aren't super important. Maybe just him turning over in bed was enough to trigger it.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing unusual. Yeah, there's a lot of those.
Okay.
He's just going about his life. You get the idea that maybe he spent a majority of his time on the other side of the camera, though, either outside where it can't see him at all, or next to his desk and set up by the window, where the camera is not looking. Around the halfway mark, maybe only about a week and a half ago, things change. There are more pieces of legal pad and paper tacked up to the walls. There are stacks of photo paper and large manila envelopes on the bed. The room looks to be in the same level of disrepair that you found it in. Ollie walks by the camera and you see that his eye bags have intensified. His hair is a little more frazzled. He very clearly hasn't shaved in a number of days. You can see that he's deep in his work, but maybe not too deep. Maybe this is what happens when you stay up all night at the department's archival library. This is just the look that develops on the faces of some of the agents in your field. It's nothing to be concerned about. Once the case is solved, they can shower and shave and be presentable again. But it's a sign of wear and tear that you certainly recognize. Perhaps you've looked in the mirror and seen yourself look like that from time to time over the years that you've been with the department. The room itself, of course, again, is covered in evidence, just like you found it in. Even further down the line, about a week ago, there are plenty of clips, but there is noticeably no Agent Coy.
Okay, I'd like to pinpoint, I'd like to timestamp the last one that he is visible in.
4 days ago.
Okay. Are there any dates stamped from while we have been in town?
Just the one. When you entered the room not 10 minutes earlier.
All right. I'm going to make a note of whichever... Just make a note of where the break is, basically. And go ahead and... also, for convenience, I'm going to assume that this means that, I can shut this computer and I'm going to have access now.
Sure. Yeah.
Because otherwise that's going to drive everybody crazy. And I'm going to go ahead and just resist the urge to flip through the pictures of what's on that legal paper and go downstairs to meet back up with Saint.
Saint, you're downstairs.
Dope. I sure am downstairs, huh? I got this key in my pocket. She's in that back room, probably. Is there a kitchen in this place that I know of?
There is, yeah. You can presume there's a kitchen off the side of the dining room.
Can I take a quick duck into the dining room to see if she's in the kitchen?
Yeah, you can. Incidentally, you do see bags of groceries sitting on the counter.
But no. Okay. No.
Perhaps some carrot stems draped over the side.
A baguette.
Like in a cartoon.
Yeah.
But cartoon for groceries?
Yeah. She's not in there, though.
She is not.
Balls. Okay. Thinking. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking is can I pull off the hey, I just found this key. It looks like it's a room key, but it's not ours. I think that's the only thing I can feasibly try here.
I mean, or you can offer to help her put the groceries away and stall for time.
Yeah, but she's back there right now. There's no way she hasn't noticed there's a key missing.
That is true.
I think that's the gambit I have to go for is, hey, when we came in earlier, I noticed that this key was, just, on the ground.
Maybe,
outside the room.
Yeah, or on the ground, down in the office. I thought maybe Cactus might have knocked it off of something.
Yeah, I think I have to, but I think I have to, if wherever this key I found, it has to be someplace that I would reasonably... I think if I say we found it outside of the room it goes to, then maybe, that seems reasonable that, I don't know, maybe he, took the key to get back into his room or something. I don't know. Is that... I'm trying to think of, like, this fake scenario that I'm lying about. I'm trying to make it as logical as possible.
Well, I mean, a reminder that at a certain point, you can tell a half-assed lie, and if you roll high enough, it's the truth.
That is true.
Yeah, and I do have lucky points. I have not used, like, any of my stuff that lets me re-roll or get extra bonuses or anything. So I can really try and finagle this into a situation where we get out. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to try, is I'm going to just call out and be like, Lucille, is that you?
You don't hear anything from the workroom.
Dunk, she's dead. I'll like go towards the back and be like, Lucille? Nothing.
Do you open the door?
I'll knock first. But if I don't hear a response, I will open the door. Yes.
You hear only meowing from the other side.
Okay, yeah, I'll open the door.
The bright computer screen is no longer showing the Windows 95 pipes anymore. Instead, the computer is distinctly on and shining a bright white light forward into the room. Not much in this room has changed. But you notice that Cactus is circling the chair in front of the desk, and that there's a brand new shadow on the wall.
Oh, shit!
Oh, yeah, dude, she got.
You notice, in the silence of the hotel, that the radio is playing. What you've just been listening to was ParaScience, a glimpse into a world unknown. It was an actual play horror adventure told to you through the Fate system. Our players were Ezra Kaye as Eyes on the Ground Agent Alister McAndrews, and Matty Trumbo-Gomes as capable young man St. Garcia Flores. As you may have surmised, Nick will not be joining us for at least this arc as they pursue their education. As for myself, I was your game master and disembodied voice, Ben Hamlin. I also produced this show just for you. Our theme song and incidental music are by the incorporeal Johnny Rinaldo, and our logo was crafted by the haunted visage of Terra Bosart. Additionally, this chapter's story was created with the assistance of Sara Husen. This show is brought to you by Infinity Break, where we're telling stories our own way. We appreciate you listening to this program. If you would like to help the show succeed, there are a good many ways to do that. You can help spread the word about the show on social media and by simple word of mouth. You can @ us at ParaSciencePod on Twitter, and while you're at it, why not tag Infinity Break 23? We have a Patreon at patreon.com/Infinity Break, where you can start donating to Infinity Break for as little as $1 a month. We appreciate your support and promise a good deal of behind-the-scenes audio. And finally, if you listen through Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a review. Reviews help us rise in the podcasting charts and help more people stumble across our show like a body in the woods. That's all for now. Let ParaScience flicker and stretch behind you, like a shadow in the hot desert sun. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time.